today we are looking at this question which says use the general form of quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0 to derive a suitable formula that can be used to solve equations that can't factorize. Now from here, this is of course the general equation of quadratic equation that can be written in specific form as before. We look at the other methods that we worked earlier on. So let's go ahead to the next board to see how we can derive this to form in a different format so that we can use it to solve the other equations that are specific. So let's see that in the next board. So we have been given the general form of this equation, that is a x squared plus b x plus c equals 0. Now we're going to use completing the squares method to simplify this. Simply we're just making x the subject of the formula. Now what is the first condition? The first condition is to take our constant to the right hand side. So we have here a x squared plus b x equals negative c. After that, we have to ensure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. For this case, we have as a 2, so the best method is to divide such that we are left with 1 here. So we're dividing all these three terms by a. And you can see the a will vanish from here. Then we shall have x squared plus b over a x equals negative c over a. Now having done this, the next stage is to find a half of this coefficient of x and then square it out on both sides. So we have here plus, so a half of this coefficient is the same like multiplying it by negative, so multiplying it by 1/2. So we have here 2a as the denominator to this number. So we're going to square it and then add also to the same right hand side here. So we have b over 2a and also square. Now let's expand this. So we have x squared plus b over a x plus, this one goes to b square and the denominator is 4a square. This will be equals to negative c over a plus also b square over 4a square. Now we can complete the squares from the left hand side and we have x plus half of the coefficient is b over 2a. Then we close this bracket and we square. Now we're going to simplify the right hand side by having LCM of a and 4a. So that is 4a squared. 4a squared divided by a, we get 4a times negative c, so we get negative 4ac plus 4a divided by 4a, we just get 1 times b is also b square. So for mathematical beauty, we need to start with this positive number and then the negative number comes afterward. We can do that rearrangement here. So we have x plus b over 2a square equals, so we have b square minus 4ac over 4a squared. Now we need to get square root on all the two sides, so this would be, from the left hand side we have root of the whole of this, and then the right hand side we also have root of this, and remember the roots will be either positive or negative. Now let's move on in this space here to see that left hand side its root will be x plus b over 2a equals, now the denominator is a square number, meanwhile the numerator is not a square number. So since we're dividing, then we can split this square root into numerator and denominator. So when we do that, we shall have here plus or minus. So we have that b squared minus 4ac over, now here the square root of 4a squared is 2a. Then our main target is to make x the subject. So by doing so, we have to collect like terms. So we take b over 2a to the right hand side. So we have here b over 2a plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now we have two terms here. The first term is negative b over 2a, and the second term is this component. So since the denominators are the same, we can combine denominators together, and we have negative b plus or minus under root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and that is the formula we are looking for, that will be used for solving equations that cannot easily factorize. So with the formula, we can easily substitute in the values for a, b, and c in this formula here, and be able to get the values for a for that specific equation. So let's continue in the next block to see examples that we can use this formula. Of course, all quadratic equations can be worked out using this formula. So let's do that in the next page. Now in this question, it says solve for x using formula method, and we have these three equations to be solved. Now here we already know our formula method. We said the formula is x equals to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So we're going to use this formula to solve the values for x in each of these equations in our next dot. So here we need to list down the values of a equals 1 is the coefficient here, and then value of v is 7. So we have here 7, and c is having here 3. Now writing down our formula, we have x can be calculated from negative b, either positive or negative, because we say solutions to quadratic equation are always 2. So we have b squared minus 4ac. So here we will divide this by 2a. Now let's make our substitution. So here our b value is positive, so positive times negative becomes negative. So we have here negative 7 plus or minus. Now the best way of writing this is first writing what is inside here, and then we shall place this bar once we finish writing to know exactly where this bar will end. So b is positive 7, so we're going to square this 7 here, minus 4 times a, and a is 1, times b, so times c, and our c is 3. Now we can finish it by using this part, and then we divide everything by 2 times a, and our a is 1. Now from here we can go ahead and start simplifying our values inside this square root sign, where square root of 7 is 49, and when we multiply 4 by 1 we get 4, by 3 we get 12. So we divide this by 2. Now we can push on up here and say x is given by negative 7 plus or minus. So if you simplify this bracket, you will have 49 minus 12, it results to 37. And since 37 is not a square number, we can maintain it like that, maintain it over 2, then we can split to get our solutions. Either x is given by negative 7 then plus root 37 divided by 2, and we can simplify that. Enter this into our calculator, then we have negative 7 plus root 37 divided by 2, the results to negative 0.45867 3 4. Now we can round this to maybe 2 decimal places, so this is approximately to negative 0.46. We are using approximation sign here because we made some error due to the rounding to 2 decimal places. Or let's also consider the next sign, and the next sign is this lower sign, which is negative. So we have here x can also be obtained as negative 7 root 37 divided by 2. Again, let's enter this into a calculator. And then we have here negative, this will give us negative 6.4138126.5. Again, let's also round it to decimal places, and x is approximately to negative 6.54. Now, as mentioned earlier on from our derivation, you can see that quadratic equation formula is a savior in case when the number is quite unique in a way that we cannot easily factorize it, and then this one will give us results. And in most cases, these are numbers that are having decimal places, so this we cannot use factorization method in any way. So this method is really quite handy in solving this kind of numbers. Now let's move on to part B in the next board. So in this question we have 3x squared plus x minus 10 equals to 0. So our a value is representing this 3 here, and then b is equals to 1 as coefficient of x, and then c as our constant is negative 10. Now from here we can go ahead and put our formula, and our formula is x is given by negative b plus or minus b square minus 4ac all over 2a. Then we can make our substitution into the formula, whereby b is positive 1 times negative, we get negative 1 plus or minus. So our b is also 1 square minus 4 times a, that is 3, times c, that is negative 10. And then we divide everything by 2 times a, and a is 3. So let's keep simplifying, and we have here negative 1 plus or minus square root of 1 is 1. Then negative times negative is positive, so 4 and 3, that is 12 times 10 is 120. So we have here 120 plus 1 all over 6. Now let's transfer up here, and we have our x equals to negative 1 plus or minus. So inside this root sign we have 121 all over 6. And when you get the square root of 121, we get 11. So we have here 11 over 6. Now we can go into individual solutions, where the first one is, we consider the upper sign, that is positive. So we have over 6 here. Then when you simplify in the numerator, we get 10 over 6. So we can divide this by 2, we get 3, then by 2 we get 5. So we have a solution of 5 over 3, or you can write it in decimal or in this fraction, all accepted. So let's look at the next solution also, and that is from here we can consider the lower sign, and we have negative 1 minus 7 all over 6. So when you simplify the numerator, we get here negative 12 divided by 6. Then our x should be equal to negative 12 by 6, get negative 2 as the second solution for this equation here. If you get value in this video, consider giving it thumbs up, share with friends, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss the upcoming videos that I'm going to be posting every day. So let's push on to the last number, and we'll do that in the next video. So finally, in our last example here, and that is part C of the questions, we also need to identify our values for A. And for this case we have 1, and then the value for B is negative 3, and then C is negative 4. So we can also state again our formula, that is x is given by negative b plus or minus the root of b square minus 4ac, and the whole of this is divided by 2a. Now substituting into our formula, we have negative times negative will be positive, so we have here a plus or minus, so we're going to square negative 3 as value for b, and then minus 4 times the value for a being 1, then times the value of c being negative 4. Then we have to divide everything by 2 times the value of a, and that is 1. So let's keep on with the simplification, and we have our 3 plus or minus square root of, now the first number here goes to 9, then written up we have here negatives, 2 of them, so negative times negative is positive, so 4 times 1 is 4, times 4 is 16. So we add 16 to this number, and then we divide it by the denominator simplifies to 2 because we multiply 2 by 1, that is 2. Now, when we add those numbers inside the root sign, we have here square root of 25. And 25 is a square number that's good news for us. So the square root of 25 is 5. So we have here 3 plus 1 minus 5 all over 2. So let's go to specific solutions, where the first one, x is given by the upper sign, and that is positive. So we have 3 plus 5 divided by 2. Then when we simplify the numerator, we get 8 over 2. And when we divide 8 by 2, we get 4 as our first solution, the first value for x. Now the next value for x can be calculated using the lower sign, and that is we have 3 minus 5 all over 2. Then our x is given by 3 minus 5, that is minus 2 all over 2. So negative 2 divided by positive 2, we get negative 1. And these are the solutions of the quadratic equation. You can see how simple it is to use this method. Whenever you are not sure of whether the number can factorize or not, it is this idea that you can use this quadratic formula to make your calculations for you to really go without any trouble. And you can use your calculator to also help you sort of numbers that are having decimal places. So thank you for watching, and then see you in the next session.